the fear bow down. I've been holding on for tomorrow's silver. Let the clouds line up, let my mantras dance, let my heart deliver. Let the fear bow down. I've been holding on for tomorrow's silver. Let the clouds line up, let my mantras dance, let my heart deliver. Let the fear bow down. I've been holding on for tomorrow's silver. Let the clouds line up, let my mantras dance, let my heart deliver. I don't know why I put those plastic burgundy shoes. I don't know why. I don't know why I get so down that I can't even move an inch. Oh, I don't know why. You've been my friend on days I prayed and nothing has changed for me. Been my friend on days that I prayed and nothing has changed for me. Been my friend. Been my friend. I've been thinking about peace and how to keep it here between us. I've been thinking about money and how to give it away unburdened. I've been thinking about love and how to share it completely. I've been thinking about let the fear bow down. I've been holding on for tomorrow's silver. Let the clouds line up, let my mantras dance, let my heart deliver. I don't know why. Let the fear bow down. I've been holding on for tomorrow's silver. I don't know why. Let the clouds line up, let my mantras dance, let my heart deliver. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know why.
I'm short, bruh. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Ninjani. We good. So we have 5 more minutes till the official opening. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. All right.
Imvula ingabile phakathi kwamna Ngoku ngiphila nisawazina amehla Thatha ibheke ulime nansi inhliziyo yami Noba sekomile isendimi iqanda lakho Lakho ingowakho
Like yaman test bangixakekile moya wama ubuxa uxelekile ngakusam sonke ndezehlisa ngebhotile namhlanje inkosikazi yamzini godukile eish cela ubuye mangwane side sixabana kangaka kanti kabe kubangwane ndikhumbuza u-Evelyn Bonanje mam Evelyn Bonase jonga bona bamana abanyoka besehlaba ikhada dawe bedibene nawe thanda ityala edala kuthanda ityala edala blind soze ndivuyise intshabade ehlala nje ndingakulanda jonga ngicela ungadinqani kuba ndingahlala ndingakulanda ndizaphe ndingakuthandi thanda ityala endala kuthanda ityala endala blind soze ndibukela amanzi angena endlini ndingabonqandi
Fiksi uthanda ukuxola Mna ngisathanda wena Masilungise Ayibona isincamile Fiksi uthanda ukuxola Mna ngisathanda wena Masilungise Ayibona isincamile Ufiksi uthanda ukuxola Mna wena masilungise Ayibona isincamile Ufiksi uthanda ukuxola Mna ngisathanda wena masilungise Ayibona isincamile Kalela imvula hlabathambe Sikhuphe ukhula sibini sibonane Kalela imvula hlabathambe Sikhuphe ukhula sibini sibambane like pearls to swine. Oh, it feels like pearls to swine. Oh, oh, 'cause it's like after pride comes the fall. It's like break my fall.
You turn a blind eye while you magnify, scrutinize all my flows all the time. I'm never out of sight. Working 9 to 5, walk the line to keep you satisfied. Feels like bells to swine. Oh, it feels like bells to swine. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause it's like after pride comes the fall. It's like break my fall.
Need a break. Just how I managed to get by. Something I can't seem to explain. Always seeing better times. Plenty of stress deep in my veins. Just how I managed to get by. Something I can't seem to explain. Always seeing better times. Jesus, take the wheel. I put in hours trying to make an honest old living. Dig deep into my empty pockets. Discover nothing is prime. It's back to work. I pour my heart and soul in it. Yet you couldn't see my efforts if you put them under a microscope. Whatever it is I'm missing still seems to elude me. Why is this reminiscent of a past relationship that showed plenty of promise but just ended up a mere statistic? With all the odds against us, hanging on a wall of pictures of our glory days. And that's the more it pains me to come to terms with the fact that you and I have drifted. Think I'm going crazy. I hit the booth to unbottle stuff. I was told if you talk about it you could problem solve. Think it's time that I
Swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now. Swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now. 'Cause it's like after pride comes the fall. It's like break my fall. Swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now. Swallow my pride now. We can work it out now. Swallow my pride now.
Hi, hello. Hello again, everybody. Can I have your attention? Your attention, please, guys. Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies and gentlemen. I mean, including the she, her, and the he, him, and the they, them. Because, yeah, and they, yes, and they. Welcome to Msaki's Platinumb Hunt release. Igama lam nguNomtha, and I'll be your MC this evening. Mine is just to guide us through the program tonight. Yeah, babes, can I invite you on to do your... Yeah, I'd like to invite Msaki to do like some few songs before the Q&A. And the whole band. Yes! Thank you.
Are you screaming? Oh my God, we're live on the internet. Can't believe it. Oh my goodness, we're live on the internet. Oh shit. Yeah, I do. Should be playing the music. I will. Strap needs to be on. Strap. Guys, there's no need for us to check again. We're good. Hello to everybody that's beaming in from the interwebs. Welcome. Welcome to everyone that's here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Namkelekile. Siyabulela. Kobuko benu. We're so grateful for your presence tonight. Thank you for being here with us in the flesh, and thank you for joining us on the internet. Thank you so much. You could be watching a soapy, you know what I mean, but you're here. Tuner's off. It's not coming through at all. You can roll the. I mean, it was coming through earlier. New battery. You hearing it? Am I just hearing this in the room? Yay! I'm glad. Okay, now it's really loud. Can you give me some whole reverb on that? Right. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Thank you for your patience. Four thousand rounds of bullets, ready to break black bodies again. For vulturous mortuary vans, and whose hands of blood. Four thousand rounds of bullets. 4,000. Four thousand rounds of bullets, ready to break black bodies again. 4,000 rounds of bullets, ready to break black bodies again. For vulturous mortuary vans, and whose hands of blood. oceans fill the skies. But to Billy, they vow. Big-bellied politicians mutter about how you'll be remembered. The street names echo your fame. Misused freedom songs your name. Your blood trickles down broken drains, sometimes in vain. You see the kush of your youth was minds of revolutions, bullets in the air, tear gas in your heart. You see the kush of your youth was blood, guns and revolutions, bullets in the air now, tear gas in your heart. Oh yeah, mama, yeah, mama. Raised your callous hands for a share in your own land. Your blood flooded the foothill onto wealthy hands. The gaze of the sons and daughters falls heavy with bloody questions. Thick in the lies of allies bound by miners' blood. You see the kush of your youth was born to revolutions. Bullets in the air now, tear gas in your heart. You see the kush of your youth, guns and revolutions. Bullets in the air now, tear gas in your heart. You see the kush of our youth, was blood, guns and revolutions. Bullets in the air now, tear gas in your heart. You see the kush of our youth. Blood, guns and revolutions, bullets in your backs now, questions in our hearts. Oh yeah, mama, yeah, baba, balega, baba, oh balega, baba, balega, baba, Nancy Meadow, oh balega, mampus, oh balega, masuk tubulan kol, oh balega mama, balega baba, Nancy hipo, Nancy Malayala, Nancy hipo, Nancy Malayala, Nancy Malayala, Nancy hipo, Nancy Laisawaya. Rounds of bullets ready to break black bodies again. For vulturous march revenge. And whose hands of blood? Whose hands of blood? Whose hands of blood? Can we get mics closer to the percussion? We need mics. is how the good ones go sometimes. Burning at the stake is how the good ones lose their lives. How they lose their lives. How we lose our lives. Again. Burning at the stake is how the woman goes sometimes. Burning at the stake is how the woman lose their lives. How we lose our lives. How we lose our lives. But why must we die? Why must we die? When I hear your song, it pulls me out of my burrow. When I hear your song, I know that I belong. Burning at the stake is while the queer ones go sometimes. Flaming at the neck is how the queer ones lose their lives. How they lose their lives. How they lose their lives. But why must we die? Why must we die? When I hear your song, it pulls me out of my burrow. When I hear your song, I know that love is strong. Ingoma yako iyandomeleza. Ingoma yako iyandomeleza. Ingoma yako iyandomeleza. Ingoma yako iyandomeleza. Hlabelela iyandomeleza. Hlabelela zolandela. Hlabelela zolandela. Hlabelela zolandela. That is At Stake, and on the album it features the amazing Thesis. They're here tonight. Well, half of Thesis is here. Give her some love, she's in the room. This song, At Stake, is about how we were afraid for our lives, how we are afraid for our lives as women, as queer people in this country. And it was just a lament, but it's also a celebration of the sisterhood and the strength that we find when we come together to heal. And also the hope we have for our brothers and our boy children, and that we're not going to give up on them, and helping society unlearn how to turn them into perpetrators. We're not going to give up on the boy child. Okay, this next song is called Fetch Your Life. Your back sways in parabola motions, right on time with the latest club incantation. We live for the weekend, working up the courage. Oh, and we pray away, pray away, pray away the pain of not being in alignment with our dreams. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Are waning like the moon, like a dream deferred, whose time has come and gone too soon. We live for the weekend to numb out the damage. Oh, and we pray away, pray away, pray away the pain of not being in dreams. Fetch your life, won't be alive. someone who's living out here. That's your life. Go on, be alive. Nobody living out. Be someone who's living out. That's all is well, well, well. Well, well, well. All is well, 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 well. Oh, all is well, 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 well. All is well, 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 well. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. Fetch your life, go on, be alive. Ain't nobody living out here. Be someone who's living out here. And we say that all is well, 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 well. All is well, 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 well. Oh. Thank you so much. We just have 2 songs for you. We're just getting into it. Thank you for being patient with us. Oh man, so you guys have blessed me so much with your responses to that song, you know? And I keep saying that, like, I'll hear people say things like, oh my gosh, I listened to that song in the car park and then I walked into my boss's office and I quit and I started my dream job. And I'm like, and the mistake people make is that they think that they went and quit because of a song, and I'm like, Ibo, that's all you, sis. That was you in the car, a step away from actualizing your gift, you know? And so I commend everyone that's taken a bold step towards the alignment in their life. I wish everyone alignment. I wish all of you fruitfulness. I wish you can live close to your gifting. I wish you time to discover what your gift is. Everyone here has a gift. And the closer you live to it, the better the stream is, you know? It's not that things aren't hard, but you're not swimming upstream. You're swimming with the current, and your problems slap different. The rocks are just there, you know, you just maneuver. Because the river is carrying you. You're not fighting the current of your life anymore. So I wish that for everyone that has the courage. Yeah, and if you don't have the courage, I pray that you find community that draws that out of you. This is a very cheeky song because it's not on the album, but I need to sing it to myself. More bass, please. bekukudala ngoko useneminqweno khawutuwela ibhlorho uzenganeno bekukudala ngoko usenazi injongo khawutuwela ibhlorho uzenganeno sasikhule sonke siphuphe emazulwini stakamela ilanga izandikhumbuze ubomabumana bekukudala ngoko useneminqweno khawutuwela ibhlorho uzenganeno bekukudala ngoko usenazo injongo khawutuwela ibhlorho uzenganeno sasikhule sonke siphuphe emazulwini stakamela ilanga izandikhumbuze omabumanga sozavekho banana sozavekho banana sozavekho lizophuma ilanga banana sozavekho lizophuma ilanga banana vula amehlo ujonge noba akululanga takasivukile ubomabumanga izakhono zakho iziphiwo zakho azuphelelanga ubomabumanga sizokhanyisela ibe mhlophe indlela lizophuma ilanga izandikhumbuze ubomabumanga sozavekho banana sozavekho banana sozavekho banana sozavekho lizophuma ilanga mama chochubekho sozavekho banana lizophuma ilanga banana sozavekho banana lizophuma ilanga banana sing it to yourself sozavekho lizophuma banana sozavekho lizophuma ilanga lizophuma lizophuma ilanga sozavekho lizophuma ilanga banana sozavekho bekukudala ngoko useneminqweno khawutuwela ibhlorho torho uzenganeno bekukudala ngoko usenazo injongo khawutuwela ibhlorho uzenganeno Thank you so much. Thank you. We're going to sing our last song. We've taken so much time. Just a shout out to my my AltBlk family that's here. If you can just give that beautiful, beautiful team some love. There's Kenza here, there's Mpo here, there's Sianda. Sending love to Sanal. Thank you for this beautiful song. All right, last song. Last song. Yeah, then we get to chatting, guys. It's not you know what I mean? We have things to talk about. We have new things to talk about. New songs to talk about. But I thought I'd just situate myself, as well. Kutima. Salutet. Kutima nditete. Kudala ndithule. Kutima nditete. Kudala ndithule. Nangu nomeba. Sulla Nabono meva Besali Sali Mandi perfumle Diram, diram, diram Diram, 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 diram Diram, diram, diram Hop, diram, diram, diram Diram, 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 diram Diram, 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 diram Hop, hop, diram Diram, diram Diram, 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 diram Diram, 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 diram Hop, 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 diram Diram, diram Diram, 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 diram Diram, 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 diram Diram, diram, diram Dlamini Constellations sit round my neck Qala kwami ukukuthonga zange ndoyika wandinika ingoma esiliqela zagaleleka ndasikelelwa nothunjana ingonyama ufana nawe ndimsjadu ndithema ndikhe ndizobulela kuthi mandithe kudala ndithule kuthi mandithe kudala ndithule nangunomema ezulazula ingqondo yami nabonomeva bezalise imiphunga yami andiphefumle diram 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 hop diram 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 hop hop diram 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 hop 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 diram 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 kuthi mandithe kudala ndithule Kutima ndithethe kudala ndithule. Thank you so much. We've got Tsepo Tsotetse on the keys. Give some love. We have Kalingoveni, Master G on the bass. A whole sensei. And then we have Monsieur Khonse Magene on percussion. A cornerstone of South African music, etc. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna move over to just a Q&A. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. We're gonna take a 5-minute break and then we'll just beam over to chatting. Thanks.
Don't leave me blind, 'cause I'm afraid of not seeing. Don't leave behind this baby born in a taxi. Give me all you owe the world. Let's pretend I could be spoiled. And if it's all in what you say, then help me change my world today. I could spend my time loving you, if that's what you want me to do. You just gotta say do, 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 do. I could spend my time loving you, if that's what you want me to do. You just gotta say do, 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 do. Say I'm like a dream, planted far from water. You make it out to sea. Between us there's a border. Think of all the games we play. Tell me we're both trapped in this clay. And if you're sure it's here to stay, then help me change my world today. Spend my time loving you, if that's what you want me to do. You just gotta say do. I could spend my time loving you, if that's what you want me to do. You just gotta say do, 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 do. Don't be afraid, 'cause I'm not here to take away. Not ashamed. Let me show you how to play. Take my arms and I'll lead you through this groundlessness. time loving you. If that's what you want me to do, you just gotta say do, 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 do. I could spend my time loving you. If that's what you want me to do, you just gotta say do. You just gotta say. Me in high regard. Loving you from afar is hard. This affinity traverses time and questions minds, creating shrines, a force of change, a breath. It's the day Mama Lady dies.
1 2, yeah. 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, yeah. 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is the reckoning her legacy? Central belief, topping fallacies, points of change, a death, a flame.
2 1 2.
To all the stars of love, it's been nothing, nothing but flames, nothing, nothing but flames, oh, nothing, nothing but flames, nothing, nothing but flames, oh, no, flames, giving it to all the stars of love, oh, nothing, nothing but flames, nothing, nothing but flames, oh, nothing, nothing but flames, nothing, nothing but flames, flames, giving into all the stars of love. It's been
1 2.
flames, nothing, nothing but flames, oh, nothing, nothing but flames, nothing, nothing but flames, flames, giving into all the stars of love.
1 2.
Maybe one day I'll see the light. You will never fall from my side. Maybe this is just an echoing of what the future brings, and an idea of two hearts that want to make a change.
1 2 1 2.
spend most of my time trying to work out what I'm going to say. For example, today I did not leave the house and I wrote to people far away, hours away. Don't stay away in your mind. Have you always been like this? Conspiring with lightning. Don't fade away. You're on the brink of something great. Stay, don't go. Stay, don't go. Stay, don't go. Stay, don't go. Stay. I spend most of the night trying to take back all the time that it took in a borrowed book. I write things in the margins that you would understand if you looked, but why would you look? Don't stay away in your mind. Have you always been like this? Conspiring with lightning. Don't fade away. You're on the brink of something Take the white shadow from you. I give you what I can give you. I curse the burden that's on you, but I can't take it away. Broken glass in the river reflects a crumbling pillar. Break the branch that is withered, cut it into something. Turn the wheel of tomorrow as you lie dreaming in the grass. Decant all of your sorrow into a clearer glass. Endless soul, unbending light, already whole, always right.
One, two.
But what? Testing 1 2 testing.
Yes. And then I've. Good.
Testing. Why are you? One, testing one. Testing. Cordless mic. Perhaps a non-cordless mic. All right.
Oh, yeah. On it. One, two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. This one is also. One, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3, 4. 5, 5, 5, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Testing. Is it good?
Could you guys please play the music so long, please? Testing. Music, please.
I think, yeah, let's just share this one in the meantime.
How much time do we have? Okay. All right, guys. I think we're ready to start. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, before I get to Msaki, guys, I just want to check how everyone's dealing with the goosebumps because Andiko right, like, not okay, not okay. Thank you all so much for being here again. Oh my gosh, such an amazing evening. And thank you again to Msaki and her band for that amazing set earlier. I was sweating because I was doing the actual tiram at the back. Yeah, that was cool. Hi, Msaki.
Hi. Hi, babes. Hello, everyone. Hello again. Do you mind just taking a deep breath with me, please? Please. Thank you.
I needed that too. Okay, cool. So we're going to do some questions. Are you ready? All right. Okay, so I've been fascinated with like not your obsession, but like how you like bring about elements. Like in Zaneliza there was gold, and now with Platinumb. Now it's Platinumb. Can you just walk me through the title of this album?
So, I guess I'm singing one long song maybe, and there is some kind of connection to. I'm gonna struggle, cause I'm like a couple hours away from sharing work that I've been working on for a couple of years, and it's a very scary moment. You know, it's not a moment that I'm not a person who wants to speak for the music, so having to speak for the music is a sacred thing, and I'm begging you to just track with me so that I can get what I need to get out, and then the music can take over. I don't see myself speaking for the music again after this moment. So if you don't mind giving me just this pause, I think I need it for myself. I need to hear some of these things out loud before I let go in a few hours as well. So I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, if you need a stretch, please go outside. If you're inside, please give me your attention. So the elements for me, firstly, I'm just fascinated with science, and I like building worlds, and I like building stories with the pictures that I've seen, and it's part of the post-colonial story of this country that we have these elements. We're being mined, and they're being funneled elsewhere. And the first song that I wrote, for Platinum Heart, was Blood, Guns and Revolutions, and it was about the Platinum Belt and about what happened in Marikana. And I know I reference gold a lot in the previous album, mostly treasure that's buried in someone's heart, but the story continues here as well, because now it's also fighting for the heart not to become numb, and that's why I have this, extra B at the end of the element. It's the emotional state of being numb that I'm trying to fight every day with my music, with these pictures, with these songs. I don't want to be despondent. I don't want to be hopeless. I don't want to be afraid for my daughters. And the songs mapping these painful moments, like when people are shot in the back and in the front while, trying to just get a living wage on the Platinum Belt, and people having lungs corrupted because they have to dig for gold underground, and women being afraid, wondering if they're next. All of these things I had to say so that my heart doesn't turn into some kind of element, a hard rock itself.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say because, wow. Yeah. Okay. No, I just feel like what you're saying is so important, because often it just feels like what governs us their hearts have turned into, to stone, to rock. Like, it's just like, it just feels like they don't feel anything. That's, what I wanted to say to that. And I also wanted to talk about the, like, how do you deal with the acoustic side and then the groove, but also the acoustic definitely falls into the groove as well. Like, how do these worlds meet for you?
So I've been compartmentalizing myself for the longest time in many areas of my life because since I've been small, I've been scared of being too much. I remember being told, like, focus on something. This jack of all trades, master of none is not the life, you know? I was always afraid to be the potential story that didn't actualize into some kind of like one path. But there's also a part of me that's known that there's many loves in my heart. Even in the music, you know, I used to be like, okay, I'm doing a set with my band, and I would keep it like that, and I'd keep the other world separate if I was a guest on an electronic set. But now I'm tired of assorting myself into bite-sized chunks so that I can be digestible, you know. I'm really not afraid of this moment of synthesis, and I had to do it quite blatantly and say the same cryptic poems that you're hearing in the acoustic album, those are the same cryptic poems you're hearing in the dance songs. That's still me. That's never not been me. And I'm happy to dissolve, you know, within these genres, in between these boxes. I understand that boxes are needed for playlists and sorting and radio. It's not a bad thing, but I have absolutely no respect for those boxes. And unfortunately, for me, that means that purists are, you know, if you're a purist and you like amapiano, you're not gonna like the fact that I put guitar in it, but Kabza doesn't mind, you know. So who are these gatekeepers? Who are these purists that are trying to keep these spaces neat for us, you know? And I think the dissolving is part of understanding that I don't need a lot to move me. I just need to hear one chord. I hear a second one, my heart goes, and there's a song. So whether that's an electronic 2 chords, 3 chords, whether that's a guitar, whether that's a harp, whether that's a string line, I'm gone. The music has me and it knows.
Oh, wow. Thank you, babes. Okay, so for me, like, okay, I live in Tanzania, ne? Tanzania, I was 17, and I got 10, babes. And got 15, there's like this place where people go to jam, basically, like, I mean, Potoi babes, Potoi, yeah. And from my room, I can hear the music when it's playing from there. So like sometimes I'll hear Love Color Spin and I'll be like, yes.
You are the color,
Yo,
you are the spin. Movement deep within, and I wanna dance. Hey.
Yeah, I wanna get ngoko.
It's a Tevin special, that one.
But it's also a heart special. It's like, it's the song, bruh. Like, it's the song.
Shout out to Moby Dixon.
So if that duality didn't exist in you, and that song didn't exist, babes, we wouldn't be okay. So, thank you so much for like meeting these two worlds. It's
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay, we don't have much more time, but I'll try get through most of what I wanted to ask. Okay, protest. So in Zaneliza, we hear the opening of the protest songs, and you know, it's still lyrical. It's, you know, you're poetic. It's babes. It's something else. And then when you go to Platinumb Heart, your lyric is like more direct, more literal, even more like politically charged, I would say. I don't know, what can you say about the politics? But we spoke about this in that first one. I think you don't have to answer that one.
What's the question?
The question is the politics. How do you weave them in?
Everyone is dealing with it in their own way. I don't think, you know, political songs for me are mostly quite personal. it's probably the most like authentic connection points I can have with it, because there's nothing else I know. You know, even the song For My Grandfather is potentially a political song, because it's asking a question about why didn't I collide with his music earlier? You know, why was I taught the Beatles and Elton John in school instead of, you know, the composers that we have in the Eastern Cape just down the road? Even statues, I'm wondering about the whitewashing, the language, the erasure, the cunning and thorough violence that happens in the form of gifts, in the form of education. I don't have an entry point that I haven't experienced. And I know that for some of the songs that are most acidic, it's just responding from a place of shock. Like that was the first time my heart was broken by my country, Blood, Guns and Revolutions. I was shocked that that was possible in a supposed democracy. I was shocked that that was possible when we had seen people being shot in the back by a different dispensation that was racist. In 1976, we had seen things like that. The last massacre that we had seen here was at a different era. So to uncover the fact that all of these things are still the same, and the fact that, you know, people have the audacity to think that because they own the means of production, that they've even stolen and looted and kept, that means that they can dictate to the state whether or not people can live or die, that they can order vans waiting for dead bodies, that there can be evidence that 4,000 bullets were shot on that day, but for some reason, if you're a corporation, you can poison the sea and no one is going to lock you up. It was just for me, like, the cry of my heart is the fact that we're so comfortable with the most deadly disease, and our relationship and dependency on capital is so destructive that we don't know that it's in our lungs. We can't separate ourselves from it. We condone it every day. And I know that's not a conversation that's easy to raise, and I'm raising it in really small ways, but it all comes together to say that our most toxic relationship is the one we have with capital. It leads to so many other things that help us, that allows us to be complicit in killing love, which is why I had to write love songs as a response. That was my way to say, I'm a human, I can love, and a love song is a protest song as well. When you are penny sparrowing us, we can say that my heart beats, you know, I feel. The same way that the people in exile were writing love songs home, that's protest. The same way that people that were being woken up by apartheid police at 3 a.m. in Tanzania, being stripped and undignified, the same way that they could still love their wives and love their husbands, you know, when these people are being belittled in front of them. Loving someone who's being belittled in front of you over and over again is protest. If you think about how the black man was treated in front of his family, to still love that person is protest, and to declare it openly is protest. And so I was learning that the love song and the protest song is interchangeable, and I had to make that quote by Che Guevara make sense to my heart, by like, protest is love too, but love songs are also protest, you know.
Thank you, babes. Okay, I just want to talk a bit about Neo Muyanga. I think for me, like when I search his music on YouTube, there's like a lot of lectures that he does, and there's a lot of songs that he's making that also weave in, like, you know, old protest songs, and yeah, I don't know, how did you guys meet, or how does this meeting happen where he is your co-producer on this album, where you have, like, you know, these similarities, you know, in your music?
So Budnao had been researching protest music, as you say, and presenting it in performance, writing about it. I had been reading some of his stuff, but I knew him as the other half of Black Sunshine, you know, the supergroup from the 2000s, what, you know, our reference to two guys and a guitar that can sing. And he came to a show where I was starting to trial some of this music, and he heard the song Blood, Guns and Revolutions. And once he heard that, he he invited me to his office. He was a Weiser Fellow at Wits University, and said, "Hey, I hear you, making these arrangements in interesting instruments." I had an ensemble that had a harp, a violin. Khonse was playing percussion. There was a double bassist, Tim Gosama Vimbela, and a harpsichord. And I was just figuring out some of these songs. And when he heard Blood, Guns and Revolutions, he said, "We should talk about the song. We should talk about what's behind it." And that's the same day I met Madala Konene. It was a bit of a fateful day. It felt like I'm a tributary colliding with another tributary, and we're joining the river, like the big river leading to the ocean. It's that kind of feeling. It happens very seldom in life, and definitely a meeting of kindred spirits. And he's carried me through this journey, not just through music and technically helping me figure out arrangements and learning about my language, but also some of the emotional stuff, when the painful things were happening and I had to mark a moment with a song. He was there for the backstory as well as the byproduct of it. And I think I've made a great friend.
Thank you, babes. And then the, I don't want to say the gom.
Say the gom. I say the gom all the time. Anything with a beat, I call it gom.
Like, you have these amazing collaborations, and it's just like song after song after song after song after song after song after song. How? Tell me how. How did this happen? How did you make all this gom? Is what I'm asking.
So you guys know that the gom album is called Platinumb Hard Twerking, right? This one is called Platinumb Hard Twerking. No, it's called Platinumb Hard Beating. This one is called Platinumb Hard Resta. Platinumb Hard Open, yeah. I don't know. The gom came to me. I honestly never saw myself as someone who had something to say as an electronic or house musician. But the invitations gave me a catalog. I could perform, for an hour or two because of the catalog that I had gotten through my collaborations. And in fact, it was Sanal that was like, "You need to release your own album." And I'm like, "Nah, dog, I'm good." And he's like, "Msaki, you need to release your own electronic album." And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Msaki, when are you making a house album?" And I was like, "When am I making a house album? Okay, maybe." And the idea sank in after a while. It took layers and layers. And for some reason, the collaborators that I had worked with in the other, in the other songs, assumed that when I was making an album that I was making a house album. So a lot of them, like Black Motion was like, "Yo, you're making an album, here's a beat," And then the next thing, and that started happening a lot, where the fact that I had been a collaborator and helped, that I had a chance to serve on some of their projects, a lot of that love came back. But the assumption was that Ndenzigom. So I ended up having this like folder of all of these incredible songs. And then I thought, hey, if I'm gonna make this, let me also reach out to some people that I like. And I hit up Cairo and was like, "Man, like,
Yo, the twerk of the phantom limb."
Listen, like and then I was a bit bolder and started compiling this thing. And Sanal and his team, Kenza, Umpo, they helped me put this world together. And we had a sound lab, almost like 2 weeks, where we were just like dealing with these songs and recording. In fact, the song that I recorded last was just a couple of weeks ago, the last song that I did. And I think I have something to say as an electronic musician. I didn't know it at first, but I think now I do. Dear Gom Queen.
Oh, you gom queen, babes? I just wanted to say my daughter's favorite song on the electronic is Daba. She does this. She's 1.5.
What song is that?
Daba.
Dagabab.
Yeah, that's her jam.
I think one more question.
Okay, yeah, one more. Guys, one more, okay.
Are you guys doing okay? Yeah. Whew. Everyone on the interwebs doing okay?
I'm sure they are.
This is my last interview about this album. Just putting it out there. No, I'm kidding.
No, that was the last
Not
question.
kidding.
That was the last question. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, actually. Please. Oh, snap. Okay. Any other questions from the floor? No, I'm joking. But I think we can take one more from the floor. How are we doing for time? Let me start with that one. So Thomas Wesley, Diplo, is probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met and the easiest person to work with. Man, I realized that we have divas in this country. I was like, oh, I had to drive in the night, going to fetch stems. I thought of hiring some Russians with AK-47s. Like, give me the stems, give me the stems. I just want the stems, you know? Like, they were just so easy to work with. I had a great time with them in LA. They showed me LA for the first time. I'd never been before. And I got a sense of what, like, I don't know, what it's like to create with a lot of support. I think it was a good picture to be in a space that loves songwriting as much as I do and that has an ecosystem for it. And yeah, they were connected to that experience. I wrote every day. It was just so nice to just be a songwriter. But working with him personally, like, just a really humble guy. I know he comes across as a nut on the internet, but just a really genuinely nice guy with a good team and curious about music, also wanting, I think, to share like the things that he's finding around the world. I know there's a debate about that, but I think when that kind of discovery of something new or something that you like from another place is done with honor and a bit of reverence, there's a difference. When it's done exploitatively, there's a problem. And as a person who's dealt with him, I think there's a lot of honor in the way that he sees music from around the world. It was fun, yeah, it was really fun. They're good people.
I have a question. So I think we live in the world of aesthetics and all this sort of things. So I'm curious about your album cover in terms of how you captured that, was it deliberate and all this sort of things? Who did you work with?
That's a great question. So I'm being asked, you know, we live in a world of aesthetics, and the question is about who I worked with on the album cover and why. Is that okay? Paraphrased. I was very fortunate to have a shoot with Trevor Sturman, one of our really bright minds here, and I think someone who's telling the African story in a beautiful way. And we had a shoot. I'm not the easiest person to photograph. You know, I'm bad at pouting, awkward as hell. And Trevor somehow got me comfortable, and we just had this beautiful shoot. I had an amazing team. Toby was doing my makeup. Nix was doing my hair. Nix Clover, who does those incredible hair pieces for everyone. She's on Beyonce's, you know, Beyonce must wait. Beyonce must wait, guys. So must, you know, so must Solange. But yeah. No, but Trevor, for me, really pulled something out of me, and then we conceptualized it with the project manager for my art exhibition that is now postponed to Jan 30th. Keenan Peterson is right there. We got to a point where we were trying to find these two worlds, you know, like what is the night sky, the twerking, is the grounded one, the resting. And Tubby saw an amazing graphic designer that I've been working with since I was, I don't know, a teenager. I feel like I've known him forever. Is the one that put these images together. And Hagar, who is head of the team that is my distributor, was like, why don't you put these images together, you know, these two worlds, since this is a time of synthesis. So it's a team effort to get to this image, but separate people just pouring into my journey and being like, we know what you're trying to communicate. How about you communicate it like this? So I can't take credit for this. I just showed up in nice clothes, wearing manchu, ne? Palesa. Mansu. Did I say it right? Mansu. That's her. That's my heart pendant. I wear it outside of my chest. And yeah, I can't take much credit for it. Just an idea or two, but everybody else helped me get to this point. Is this the last question from Chris? Guys, this is Chris. He's probably been to every single show that I've ever had in my life. And it's so lovely to have you here, Chris. Chris had a really terrible car accident, and every time I see him alive, I'm like, Chris, you here? You made it. So yeah, please, over to you.
No, it's fine. I'll speak louder.
Okay.
I think with Zanelisa, how the water moves, it was so personal to you and we loved it, eh? But you know how other artists have a lot of pressure to say, you release an album, the public is responding really good to it. Now you need to release another album in a year or so. And you see it happening all the time. But it took you 5 years to give us Platinum Heart and Platinum Beating. How was the pressure like? Like, how do you decide to say, when I'm ready, I'll give you what I think you're ready to give, and not conform to the pressure of the public? Like, how do you do it?
Chris is coming with the fire out here.
Right?
Do you want to tell the people that maybe didn't hear Chris what his question was, and then I can answer?
Okay, Chris's question was, how does Msaki deal with like the pressure of not releasing like every...
Because the pressure
year.
was there.
Yeah, no, even from me, I was just like, okay. Yeah.
Because we're a lot. You're like, where's the album? Where's the album?
Sireti.
No, it was, guys, it was hard because I really wanted to say something. I understand why Shade releases every 17 years now. Because making an album, I'm spent right now. But it's because I had to process some of these things in real time myself. And there's a permission that that your soul gives you, that it's time to give that thing away because it's ministered to you. There's that. Secondly, it's also, once I realized that I had to make space and time for the synthesis, that took its own time. This album, Platinum Heart Open, has technically been ready already for about a year and a half, So the timing governed itself. For me, it's just to say, I'm a musician on a journey, unlearning certain things, picking up things that I wish I had learnt in school, in varsity, in society. And my journey as I express and as I heal and as I question is not gonna stop because an album is out. It's just a snapshot. It's like, let's take a photograph of where you're at. It's time to let go of the songs now. The arrangements will still happen. I would have still been working on this album. If you gave me another year, I'd still be trying to perfect it, writing new songs. But now I was like, you just need to share, and I feel like it's time. It's not really anything else. It's just a compass that's clicked inside of me that said, it's not perfect, but you have to let it go. And the rest is not up to me. And for me, the fact that people have like some kind of openness to what I have to say and are waiting to receive something, that means that we probably have something to co-create. You're going to hear it in a way that nobody else hears it. You're going to put voices together that I haven't heard. So it's yours now. If I keep it any longer, it's probably going to make me sick, to be honest. It's going to drive me insane. It's going to make me sick. I might corrupt it. Today is the day that it needs to go out. And I know that from a very deep place. And I'm just trying to say, kamago to that. I'm trying to say thank you to the fact that I can say things and you guys are giving me time, in your soul space to listen to what I have to say. I thank you guys for allowing me and giving me and speaking courage into my lungs to let go of this today. I'm letting go of this mostly because of you. Mostly because of you, yeah. Yeah, because I'm a coward.
Okay. I think we can take the rest of the questions into the first episode of AltBlk Radio. I will be telling you guys more about that on another day. Thank you guys so much for your lovely questions.
Thank
I
you.
think the GOM has located us. I don't know if y'all are ready. I have been ready for the whole year. But before we go to the GOM, I'd just like to thank everyone for coming. I'd like to thank Rockets. I'd like to thank Concerts SA. I'd like to thank Platoon. I'd like to thank the AltBlk team. And all of your friends and all of your important people. And most of all, I'd like to thank you for bringing us all together tonight. And Jules, thank you.
Thank
you guys so much. Enjoy the GOM.